said we would talk about some ideas of things you can do at your weddings as things begin to open up other than dancing. And today I want to talk about video montages. Now you all know what those are. We've done those for years, right? And they were, a few years ago, much more popular, and they sort of waned in popularity over the last few years for a number of reasons. Things can be sort of faddish, and they were being done a lot. Well, now they're not. And so it's maybe a little bit of a time for a comeback. But in order for it to be great, it can't be, the mistake we make is it just becomes a slideshow, and it can't be just a slideshow. Because the reality is any client can do that themselves with a smart TV and a thumb drive and some photos, right? And can just play photos. But really, a terrific montage should tell a story. Set to music, and there's so many things that you can do with it. And you don't just put it in and let Animoto throw the whole thing together. But you use a program. I use Sony Vegas. There's a million different programs out there that you can use, but use a great program that allows you to edit the photos and to work the timeline. If you put up a group photo with 10 or 12 people in it, that photo needs to stay on the page or on the screen longer than if it's just a single person. In group photos, people look for themselves. So give them a few seconds to see that, and then see everything else as well. A great way to do that so it doesn't seem boring is with a little bit of movement, right? It doesn't need a lot of movement, but if the camera just pans in or pans out a little bit on a still photo, right? Just turns a little bit, that can add a lot when you get this sort of movement. Not a lot, because you don't want to be dizzy, but just add a little bit of movement to it. It's really, really easy to add video in. Everybody now has video, so they can send you just cell phone video, and you can add that in as well. So cell phone video can be anything from, they're 4 years old doing gymnastics, or they're 16 years old playing on the baseball team, or they're getting their diploma from high school or college, the proposal. There's some really great things that you can add in with video, either with or without the sound from that video included. Now you're starting to do some really amazing things. And if you can put together a video like this is the kind of a video that can do two things for you. First, it can be a very profitable item. A video like this is probably a $600 to $800, depending on where you're at and your price range. You're probably looking at a $600 to $800 price tag for this, so you can make some money. And for me, I'm a little slow making them, but I probably would average 4 or 5 hours working on it. But again, if I'm putting in 5 hours and making $800, and that's 5 hours at my desk in my office, especially right now when there's no other income, I'll take $125 an hour as a working wage. So that's pretty realistic. You can make the cheapo Animoto ones in no time at all, but it's going to be tough to sell those for anything more than maybe a couple of $100. And then the other piece of that is it doesn't really engage everybody. It's like, oh, it's a slideshow. Yeah, I've seen it. What's the big deal? But if you can really engage them. So the first part is you can make a lot of money as you do it, but it can also be a great selling point for you when you get that client who's saying, I don't know if I really want to spend very much. We can't have dancing. We're allowed to have only 20 people. And we kind of want some background music, and we do want to have our first dance, but they're not going to want to spend $2,000 or $3,000 on a DJ for a first dance and a father-daughter dance, right? So, but if you can say to them, but what if we could do this? For my fee of $2,000 or $3,000, I can engage the guests in such a way that you haven't even thought of. So now, not only do you have a video montage, now you make a separate video in the background playing during the father-daughter dance of pictures with the bride and her dad growing up. You mix in voiceover from bride to dad, dad to bride, mom. You can really put anything that you want. You can get creative here and do some really neat things with it. So video And you all have that ability. If you have a computer, you have this ability. You want to practice? It's simple. Get yourself any video editing software. There are a million out there that you can use. I'm not even going to try. I'm not current on all the stuff that's out there, so I'm not going to try to come up with anything. But there's lots of them. Talk to any of your videographer friends if you don't know, or any DJs who are currently making not Animoto style videos, but really good ones. And then take a bunch of your photos and start playing around with it and figure out what you can do. There's some really creative things. And so now you can help sell your service from the beginning with video, and you can engage them more. And when those guests are at this thing and they say, well, this guy was really great. I mean, we couldn't even have any dancing, and he's still the best DJ I ever saw. And they're probably going to mean MC, but those are synonymous, right, with our clients most of the time. So let's get creative. Let's bring video back. I think it's an easy sell. And even if you have a client who is unwilling to book you as a DJ, they might still have you do the video. Over the last few years, I did a lot of videos for, funerals and engagements and other things that weren't part of the wedding business, but they had seen me create a video somewhere else and said, would you be willing to do a video for this? And it's great because you get the photos, you work on them on your own time at home. Now everything is digital, right? So you don't have to make DVDs. You certainly can still do that if you want, but you deliver this in a digital format now. Really simple. So I hope that helps. I will on our Facebook page, I will put a couple of links there to some videos that we've done in the past, so you get some idea of what you can do with it. And I think on a scale of 1 to 10 in being able to create amazing videos, I'm probably a 3 or 4. I mean, I can do good stuff, but some of the stuff that amazing editors can do is so far beyond my skill, and people thought I was amazing, and I'm a 3 or 4. Some of you are real talented in these areas and are already going to be a 7 or an 8, just getting going on it. So this isn't anything that you can't do. Again, this is tech stuff, and if Randy Bartlett can do it, you certainly can. I hope that helps and gets you on the path to getting back in business and on business. And as we move forward, even if things sort of shut down a little bit, you'll still have this ability because they can share these videos a million different ways that you make. So hope that idea helps. Come back next week and we'll talk about some interactive things that you can do at a wedding other than dancing. See you then.